You ever feel like you've stepped into a time machine? Well, that's exactly what's happening today as I explore Bukchon Hanok Village, one of Seoul's most stunning historical neighborhoods. Think of it like walking into a centuries-old postcard, except with Wi-Fi and people taking way too many selfies. Let's go. Before I even reach Bukchon Hanok Village, I spot something unexpected. A long line snaking around the block. Naturally, I have to investigate. Is it a famous food stall, a hidden gem cafe? Nope, it's a New Balance store. Apparently there's a sneaker drop happening. Not a boutique, high fashion sneaker store, just a regular New Balance store. The dedication is real. Meanwhile, I'm here just trying to find a good place for coffee. This corner of town is actually really stylish. Adidas, designer boutiques, and upscale cafes. It definitely gives off luxury shopping district vibes. It's still early morning and most cafes and restaurants are barely opening. That's by design. I plan this to avoid the massive tourist crowds that flood this place later in the day. As I walk, I notice actual Seoul residents starting their workday, something that feels rare in the ultra touristy spots. Meanwhile, the shops and food stalls along the way look like they'll be bustling in just a few hours. There's also construction happening, a crew working on a rooftop it looks like. Questionable at best. I wouldn't trust my balance up there. I'm still searching for the official starting point of the village, but here's the thing, there isn't one. No clear entrance, no map, no welcome to Bukchon sign, just me wandering, waiting for the scenery to hit me in the face.
Bruh. What's that, brother?
And then it happens. I start spotting traditional hanbok rental shops, a sure sign that I'm close. Renting these outfits is super popular for photo shoots. I should probably do one, but let's be real. I just look like a confused extra in historical drama. I'm officially inside the Bukchon Hanok Village, and I'm already lost. But it's the best kind of lost. This neighborhood is a maze of stunning traditional Hanok houses and there's no clear route to follow. Even Google Maps is confused. I'm not the only one. There's a group of nice ladies ahead of me who also look completely lost. But honestly, who cares? Wandering is part of the charm. Pro tip, this is a real residential area, not just a tourist attraction. There are tons of signs everywhere reminding people to be quiet and respect the locals. Apparently tourists being loud is a huge problem. Seriously, there's a sign telling people to be quiet every few feet. Then I stumble upon my first hidden gem, a high-end craft store tucked into this ancient village. It's called Cart, spelled with a K, because branding? The store is seamlessly blended into the neighborhood, making it feel like it belongs here rather than just another tourist trap. At this point, I developed a foolproof strategy. Just follow the people with the fanciest outfits and cameras. Another 5 be quiet signs later, I'm realizing that this is a serious issue because imagine living here and waking up to tourists shouting outside your house every day. I'd be making signs too. Then I see it, the most picturesque street in Bukchon Hanok Village. You know the one. It's plastered all over Instagram, the classic cinematic view that makes you feel like you've time traveled straight into the 1600s Korea. I reach the top of the hill, look back, and boom, it's the money shot. It's one of those moments where you instantly know this is the picture everyone comes here for. The incline, the rooftops, the city's skyline in the distance, everything lines up perfectly. I also realized that I should have brought someone else to take my photo because my selfie game is tragic. The scenery keeps delivering as I continue walking, but here's the truth. There's not much else to do here. It's breathtaking, sure, but there are no activities beyond sightseeing and taking photos. I run across an observatory that charges admission, but before handing over my money, I check my phone and realize I get the same exact view for free just by walking around the block. Easy decision. I keep wandering and it makes me wonder, what would it be like to actually live here? Imagine waking up in this historic village every day, surrounded by centuries-old architecture. Sounds cool, right? Now imagine trying to get groceries or calling an Uber in this maze of narrow alleyways. Less cool. And then there's the constant tourist invasion. The people who live here must have nerves of steel because the foot traffic alone would drive me insane. By the minute, it's getting busier. There's even a staff member assigned to shushing people. Not sure if she's a volunteer or an employee, but she takes her job very seriously. I did find one particularly stunning house with ornate handcraft doors that look straight out of a movie set. This is the kind of detail that makes Bukchon Hanok Village so special, a seamless blend of the past and the present. As I leave Bukchon Hanok Village, I have mixed feelings. It's stunning, no doubt about it, but it's also a one and kind of done kind of place. After you snap your pictures and soak in the scenery, there's not much else to do. The cafes and shops are cute, but not worth spending hours here. Total time spent, about 30 minutes. Would I recommend it? Absolutely, but get there early and don't expect an action-packed adventure. This is a place for vibes, not thrills. Now, on to the next spot. Where to next? Stay tuned. If you made it this far, you've officially time traveled with me. Would you visit Bukchon Hanok Village? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss what's next. See you in the next adventure.